Listen up, hockey fans. You're in the right place. A no-hold-barred debate between two hockey fans. Stay up to date on current issues in the NHL, even the controversial ones. Welcome to The Debate Hockey Podcast with your host, Brad Burud.
Now a breakaway. Nylander down the ice. He'll stop and center it. Kadri wasn't up on the play.
Nylander's out of gas. He couldn't break away.
But he's got it in front. Shooting. Scores! William Nylander. Game winner.
It's time for another edition of the Debate Hockey Podcast. We're up to episode 40 already. Rolling through them. It's November 13th, 2018. I am Brad Burud. Alongside my co-host every week, it's Blake Friars. Hall of Fame induction last night.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad Gary Bettman got in. I think he deserved it.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, he's takes a lot of criticism from the media and fans, but I mean, I think he's done a great job for the NHL.
Do you ever think, like, on that night when they do that whole Monday in all the hockey talk radio and talk everything is just slammed with Hall of Fame stuff, and do you get sick of that day?
It's okay. It's once a year.
I know. I just feel like it should be done at a different time. Like, why this time of year? But I don't know. I think it's maybe something.
Pretty pumped Marty St. Louis got in.
Oh, we'll talk about that later. Devils, they keep losing, huh?
You know, I was doing a little research last night, and I was on a Hockey Reference. Corey Schneider is 0-13-2 in his last 15 starts. I mean, this guy is just completely falling off the tracks, and I mean, I really don't understand why. I mean, yeah, he's had a couple of hip surgeries the last couple of seasons, but I mean, from how good he was in Vancouver playing with Luongo and the Canucks, it's
but
it's so rare.
Too, and
but they're not a bad team. I don't understand his struggles all of a sudden.
You know what, though?
They're not.
I think we might have saw a mirage last year.
Oh, what, sorry?
Do you think New Jersey is that good?
I mean, they got some good talent up front. On the back end, they're a little thin.
I don't think they're that good.
I
don't think they're
a middle of the pack team, I think, in the East. But I don't think they'll make playoffs.
But I think they have to make the playoffs. They have to have good goaltending, and they're not getting that. You know,
well, Kincaid's been good.
Yeah,
Kincaid's been good, but he's not a starting goalie.
Well, why do we keep saying that? What? You know what? You see, like, and it's not just us or you, or it's the hockey world. Like, we pigeonhole goalies right away. It's like, oh, he's a starter. Oh, he's a backup. I mean, what makes Chad Johnson a backup? Like, he's been a good goalie.
Well, he's just not. He hasn't been a proven starter yet.
Well, he hasn't been put in the situation where he's been able to start.
Well, he did kind of take over in Calgary there for a little bit, but not for a long period of time.
No, I mean, he was never tagged a starter.
He's never started 50 games.
No. You know, I don't know.
I mean, to be a starter, I think you at least got to start 50 to 60 games a year.
We're a couple weeks away from this Nylander thing, and I don't know. That's all we talk about anymore is Michael Nylander. William. Geez, that's the second time in the last 20 minutes.
It's his dad, man.
I liked watching Michael when he was in Calgary.
Can't say I had a chance to do that.
You know, we recorded this show last week, and it seems like the second we walked out of the studio from recording that the hockey world exploded. We had the Uber fiasco. Are you tired of hearing about that?
Yes, because it happens all the time.
It happens every day.
I mean,
every workplace.
Coaches bash coaches, players bash players, players bash coaches. It happens every single sport you're around. So, I mean,
isn't that kind of the world we live in now, though? Like, people bitch about everything.
Well, yeah, it's unfortunate, but I mean, that's life. That's part of life.
You know, I was going through some different things on Facebook last night, just hockey talk stuff, and kind of just putting things together for the show and everything, and I've kind of come to the conclusion that fans are never ever happy.
They're never no, well, especially in Toronto. I mean, they're always pissy.
It's not even in Toronto.
They're
it's all
pissy.
over. Like, everybody's negative about everything, and I guess I fall into that category a lot of times too. But
you're a Flames fan. I'd be negative too.
We're not starting that tonight. How were your Rough Riders on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean,
sat in the cold up there.
Yeah,
at Mosaic Stadium.
It was minus 20 Celsius. light snow.
Look at the field; it was a little icy a little bit.
Yeah, couldn't get anything going.
I watched.
We got in the 15-yard line 3 times and kicked field goals. So
started out the first quarter. I thought, holy cow!
Yeah,
they controlled the play. They
did. I mean, we couldn't stop Andrew Harris. So I mean, they couldn't stop the run, couldn't get stops when we needed to, and our quarterback couldn't throw over 10 yards. So that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, you're not going to put up many points, are you? Good time though.
Yeah, it was
fun.
And my buddy I took, it was his first CFL game, his playoff game, pretty wild. So he enjoyed it.
I was surprised it wasn't very full in there though.
Well,
temperature doesn't.
The thing is with the Riders, it's a very old fan base. There's a lot of 50, 60-year-old season ticket holders. They're not going to go sit in minus 20 Celsius. They'll sit at home. Yeah, so that's right. That's why I think a lot of the empty seats went was because of that, which is understandable.
It's a bigger stadium too.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful stadium.
Yeah, it's really nice. I love Regina.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's fun.
Bored sometimes, but
had a good time at the Memorial Cup up there last year.
Oh yeah,
it's a good time.
Sure.
Topics. Let's talk about them. Let's roll through quickly what we're going to go through in the show today. We're going to go through the Nylander situation.
Yeah.
Talk about if we think the Leafs will sign, not sign, trade, not trade. If they trade, who's potentially some trade destinations, and maybe some mock trades. We'll throw out a couple ideas on that. That's always fun to do.
Sure.
Roll into the Edmonton Oilers problems. God, this has been a decade of disaster.
Well, I mean, they win 4 in a row, they lose 4 in a row. There's no consistency at all.
I got a couple thoughts on them though. Then we're going to roll through quickly some questionable hits, suspensions, Quenneville firing,
some fights.
No, firings.
Some fights. You see that Jamie Benn fight last night?
That fight. That was
He's had 2 already this year that are old school, man.
Yeah.
I like
it. He's an old school player.
I like it. It's awesome.
Hall of Fame inductions, we'll roll through that. I don't feel like talking about them a whole lot, but we'll roll through it. CoolHockey.com is our sponsor. We appreciate their support this year. Go check out their website. Who's our jersey of the week? We said Skinner last week is a jersey somebody should go out and buy.
Jersey of the week.
We should do that every week.
Ooh.
Challenge somebody to go buy the jersey. I thought Skinner's been off to a rocket start this year, and should go to Cool Hockey and get a Skinner jersey, or maybe how about
I don't know. I'll have to think about that.
Wow, this shouldn't be that hard for us.
I haven't watched much hockey this week.
What?
Not much.
How can you not watch hockey this week?
Well, I was home all weekend. I was in Regina.
How about
I had the Beavers. The Beavers had 3 games this weekend.
How about you go buy a Michael Nylander jersey?
Yeah, sure.
Type in Inside 20 in the checkout. Get yourself 20% off. Again, we thank CoolHockey.com for this.
Oh, you know who you should get? Max Domi.
Yeah.
He's off to an unreal start, hey? He's got like 22 points.
Well, someone's got to score in that horrendous offense.
No, they're scoring more goals than anybody right now. They're good.
Than anybody?
Well, I mean, not than anybody, but I mean they're scoring a lot more goals than
anybody
people predicted. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't predict much of them.
CoolHockey.com, the coolest website on the planet.
All right, Blake, we're back. Another edition. I think let's make this the second to last time we talk about this situation.
Yes, please.
Because we're going to talk about it tonight, and that's the Nylander situation. And then we are not mentioning it until something happens. Because I am...
Yeah, I agree, man.
Tired of it.
Yep. Be selfish.
Yeah.
Very selfish.
Yeah.
No. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
I can't believe...
Don't even justify. He's selfish.
I'm not. I can't believe that the Leafs are offering him something that's just terrible. I can't.
They're offering him $6 million.
For probably
5, 6 years, probably.
They'd probably offer it for longer because that'd actually be a value if he went longer, right?
I don't know. I just think he's selfish. Like, you're really gonna leave $6 million on the table? What do you need $8 million for? What does any athlete need $8 million for?
What if he signs now and then he just has a struggle bus? There's a good chance
I hope he does.
will.
Look at Johnny Gaudreau when he had a holdout.
Yeah, but Gaudreau didn't even hold that long.
Yeah, he was out, 3 weeks?
Not even. I want to say it was like a week and a half, and he signed a very Flames friendly.
Yeah, he's on what, 6.7 or something, 6.6.
You know what? It's a realistic contract. That's the problem. Is some of these guys nowadays don't. He's comparing himself to Draisaitl. Well, Draisaitl got heavily overpaid. It's a horrible contract.
Well, no,
I guess he's underproduced.
He unfortunately got put with McDavid, which the Oilers had their hands tied.
We'll talk about that in the Oilers section.
Sure.
I'm just praying I don't start a coughing fit today. Been battling bronchitis since
Don't get me sick, man.
Wednesday last week. You know what? We recorded the show what day? Monday?
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday again. I got sick Wednesday and struggled all week with it. Yeah. Oh, awful.
Okay, let's talk about this clown here, and then we'll
move on.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to say?
Well, to me, so I dug through Cap Friendly, and I worked out some trades.
Okay.
And
I did too. I did some research on this.
I picked out 4 teams.
Okay.
That could A, have the pieces to trade for Nylander, and B, have the cap space to get him on a long-term deal.
Well, see, isn't that the problem, Blake, we see is like everybody's got their opinions on, they should trade him for this, they should trade him for that.
Yeah.
But half the time it doesn't work. Like, this shit's got to fit under the cap.
Well, no, yeah.
And this has got to work for both
That's
teams.
why I love Cap Friendly. You can do proposals like that and it balances.
Can you do
money.
that?
Yeah, you can do that.
What are you doing hitting the mic like that for?
I don't know.
Gosh.
But
God, like a little kid here tonight. You can. There is a spot Cap Friendly to do that.
Yeah, so I got a bunch of proposals and... So...
You shouldn't have told me that. Now I'll be sitting... Now, you know what? This might be a new feature to the show. A mock trade every week. That'd be fun.
Yeah, it would be fun.
We should maybe do that.
I did 4 of them. Want me to roll through them?
Okay. Can I throw out a couple things first?
Sure.
Because I don't think mine look as good as yours, Blake.
Okay.
So let's get my garbage out of the way.
Sure.
And here's just some thoughts that I wrote down. I've heard this and I've seen this all over Twitter. Is why doesn't Columbus just trade Panarin for Nylander?
Panarin's not good. Panarin's UFA next year.
That's one of the problems. The second problem is I don't think Toronto can afford Panarin.
Well, no, they wouldn't be able to.
So, I mean,
Panarin's getting at least 10 mil.
No, he's not.
He's getting 8
I think it's going
10.
down.
He's getting 8 to 10.
I think he's getting 8.25.
Possible. He's getting 8 to 10. Though.
I think it's going.
Somebody will pay him 10.
But you know what? Here's the
deal.
Somebody
will pay him 10.
He's being so picky and saying all these goofy things.
He wants to go to Tampa Bay.
No, he wants to go to New York. He wants to live in New York City or Chicago.
Who told you that? Where'd you hear that?
Multiple sources. He wants to be in a big city.
Tampa Bay's not a big city.
He can't go to Tampa Bay. They can't afford him. There's no way. There's no way.
Callahan, see you later. Anything else? See you later. Hello.
Who's going to take Callahan?
Buy him out.
You can't just buy.
He's got 1 year left on his contract.
Blake,
or he's got 3 years left on his contract.
You can't just buy out people. Owners don't like that.
Well, it's a business, dude. Sometimes
I don't think he can fit. Another one a lot of people are talking about is Carolina. And, with Falk, they say, I don't know. I look at Carolina and be like, well, why would they screw with their defense? They got a good defense.
They got Jake Bean sitting in the AHL, too.
That's a good... You need depth in defense. You need that. I like where Carolina's at, and I don't think they'll make a move for it.
But their top 6 is pretty weak.
Yeah.
They got Justin Williams in their top 6 and Ferland in their top 6.
I have no faith that Nylander would want to go to Carolina.
Really? Go play Sebastian Aho.
I don't know.
Go play
I have no facts to base that off of.
I mean, if I'm Nylander, I probably would.
If I'm Nylander, I want to play in Toronto. Right?
Yeah, well, sign a $6 million deal then. You can play in Toronto all you want.
Anaheim. Branton Montour, Josh Manson, they were all labeled maybe in this deal.
Yep.
I don't know if I see that happening either.
Even you can throw in Jacob Larson in that into that situation.
Another one that people have probably brought up is Los Angeles, and I looked at Los Angeles and I'm like, yeah, I don't think Toronto wants anything that Los Angeles has.
They might want Kyle Clegg.
Yeah,
Kyle, whatever his name is.
Clegg. I think you got it right there.
I mean,
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that.
he's good. He's a good D-man in Brandon. Good trade to Moose Jaw. Maybe,
I don't know.
Maybe it's the other way around there, but I don't know.
You got traded from Brandon to Moose Jaw.
Moose Jaw, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it was the other way around.
Moose Jaw to Brandon, I think,
it was.
Yeah, for the
Okay,
playoff
and then
run.
here's another one. We've been rumors that I don't know why this one makes more sense probably than any of them.
Mm-hmm.
But the only problem is that I don't think Winnipeg could afford it.
To get Nylander?
Yeah.
No, why would they do
No,
that?
just listen though.
Who would they trade?
Just listen to me.
Josh Morrissey?
Trouba's been talk of going out of Winnipeg for 3
Problem
years
for
now.
Problem. Right, they need a right-handed
Right?
shot.
And
Yeah, that could work.
That would be the ultimate trade for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Mm-hmm.
You add Jacob Trouba to Toronto's defense, and all of a sudden it looks a lot deeper. Still not good.
I don't think it does because I don't think Trouba's very good. Trouba's their fourth best D-man on that team.
He's still a decent defense. He's still a top end defense.
I mean, he's a second D-man on Toronto, yes, because their D is that bad.
I know. No, I think that would be a good trade, actually. But cap wise, I don't think that it would work that good for Winnipeg. I don't think Winnipeg can get Nylander signed under that.
Well, they gotta sign Line A.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
He's
They've
gonna
got everybody else at great cap. Wheeler,
That's
Scheifele.
why I think
they've
Liney's
loaded
gotta
those
buy in.
cupboards.
Liney's gotta buy
I
in.
think he's going to.
I think he's gonna get Line A is in kind of the same spot as Brock Besser right now. They're both up for deals next year.
Besser's got to get healthy.
I know.
Does that worry you a little bit?
No, I mean, it's November. Don't rush him back. But anyway, going to Line A, I think he'll sign for $7-8 million.
Mm-hmm.
Around
7.5, I thought.
Yeah, something like that. I think that's reasonable for him. Who else you got on your list?
That's all I got, man. So
I got 4 teams.
okay, rattle them off to me. I'll tell you if you're crazy.
And I got Anaheim. I got them getting Manson, Comtois, and a 3rd-round pick for Nylander. They got one. They'll have, with everyone healthy, they'll have $1.1 million in cap. That's with Nylander signed to $7 million contract. Okay. I have Carolina getting Nylander for a 1st-round pick, a 3rd-round pick, and Brett Pesce. I think that Carolina makes the most sense to me. They got $14 million in cap.
Probably makes the most sense to me. I agree.
And then
that's more likely than your Anaheim one.
Yeah, I got Minnesota trading Jared Spurgeon, Jordan Greenway, and a 2nd-round pick.
Too much.
I don't know. Greenway is.
I don't think Greenway's
This
that
is
great.
the thing. This
But
is
I don't
the thing.
think Minnesota will do that.
Jared Spurgeon's 29.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
They're not going to trade a 24-year-old Matt Dumba.
I don't think so, but why do we keep hearing that?
That-
Where there's smoke, there's fire. Like,
But
why don't
you
we-
know what I mean? Who would you rather? You would rather trade Spurgeon than Dumba, correct?
If I'm Minnesota, yeah.
Yeah. So throwing a 2nd-round pick, Greenway, he ain't really panning out.
I'm not a big fan of him.
So, and the last one, I have Chris Tanev going to the Leafs. Chris Tanev's got 3 years left on his contract at $4.3 million. Cap-friendly deal for the Leafs. And I got them getting Michael DiPietro and a 2nd-round
You know
pick.
what I heard? Somebody last night.
No, that's actually I think that's a fair deal.
Which show was I listening to last night? I listened to so many podcasts last night. Somebody had Ryan Ellis going to Toronto for William Nylander.
No.
I thought, who in the world? Why would Nashville ever do that?
Well, Nashville traded Shea Weber for PK Subban. I mean,
yeah, maybe.
that GM's kind of crazy.
But he's crazy smart.
But I don't like that. Vancouver's a team too. They got $9 million in cap too. That's with Nylander signed, and they only got to sign Besser next year.
Yeah.
So they're a team. Could you imagine Besser, Pettersson, and Nylander on the first line?
Yeah, you wouldn't put them all on the same line though.
Yeah, and then you'll have Horvat on the second line
With
for
who?
Tannen, Berchi. They got some pieces,
Getting better.
and they got the 4th most goals in the NHL right now. So I mean,
Yeah, we're 20 games in.
they're not getting stopped. They're not getting saves right now, which is a cause for concern. Their power play's struggling a little bit.
They got injury problems. Man.
Yeah, they got the most injuries in the league, so it is what it is.
I don't know.
I like it
So
though.
here's the big question, Blake.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly...
I think he goes Carolina.
You think he goes Carolina?
Mm-hmm.
That makes the most sense.
Because
but I honestly...
They got so much D.
I still think the Toronto's going to sign him.
No way, man.
It pisses me off.
I am gonna laugh when it comes to December 1st. I'm gonna just chirp all my Leaf buddies. Say, oh, I thought Dubas was a cap wizard. I thought he was gonna get all these guys signed.
You told me that he was a cap wizard.
I did.
You on this show?
But he is
getting a replay.
He's gonna find a way. I thought, but I mean, he's playing games.
That was in your delusional bandwagon Leafs days.
No, I'm not a Leaf fan.
I know you're not a Leaf fan. Are you going to get crabby with me again tonight?
Get out of here, that stuff.
Let's talk about problems. Let's talk Edmonton Oilers. Now that's problems.
Oh, yeah. That's...
This team's not good. And I'll admit it, I picked them to go to the playoffs this year, and they might still. Who knows? I maybe a week from now.
Well, they're going to go as far as Cam Talbot takes him, and right now he deserves to be
Do you think Cam Talbot's that good?
No. He had one good year.
I don't think he's starting tonight.
No, he's not. Koskinen is.
Yeah.
So
it's 2 starts in a row for Koskinen.
No, Talbot got pulled last game.
Oh, okay.
So,
well,
yeah. But
2 games in a row.
I don't know.
The thing I don't understand, though, we started the year and we had them dead after 3 games. Then either last week or the week before, we said, "Whoa, Edmonton's back," and now this week we're just like, "No, this team sucks."
Yeah.
So what team are they? Are they just the team that sucks? Or everybody?
They're the inconsistent team, man. That's what they are. I mean,
here's a couple of the problems there. They've never really done anything
-8 goal differential
to fix the defense at all.
No,
and you can't.
And they overpaid to keep Clefbaum.
Yeah,
they got all these overpaid contracts. Lucic.
And here's their biggest problem. We're going to talk about Lucic in a minute, but. We talked about Cam Talbot underachieving.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's 57% of their goals McDavid is a part of.
Correct. That's a problem.
That is a problem.
That's a big problem.
Well, if that's a problem, now tell me if I'm wrong here. And Draisaitl is a good center, right?
Well, you can't put them together.
They keep doing it.
You can't.
But they keep doing it.
That's not right.
Okay.
Because it eliminates your depth.
Draisaitl is their only
first of all, the player that should be playing with Connor McDavid just got sent down to the AHL.
Yes. Let's talk about that.
Jesse Puljujarvi
should be playing.
Is the only player on that team with the speed that can keep up with McDavid and the talent. And they just sent him down to the AHL. It makes no sense.
And I don't even think it makes sense that Yamamoto's down there.
No, I don't know what the hell they're doing. It makes no sense at all. I mean, literally, legit. I'm watching an Oilers game. Jesse Puljujarvi sticks out to me more than everybody.
I know.
So why is he not on the first line? That makes no sense.
They'll put him on the first line, and he's only there for 2 games, and then they yank him, and it's like...
You got to give him time.
You can't... what?
He's 21 years old.
Do they expect him to just fly off the bench and just be like, "Oh, I'm on line 1" and rack up 3 goals a game? It doesn't work that way.
No, yeah, he's literally the only one that can keep up with McDavid on that team.
But now tonight, I'm looking at they got McDavid with Draisaitl and Kajula. It's like, seriously, wouldn't Nugent Hopkins, Draisaitl, and Reeder sound better?
Well, I like the Nugent Hopkins, Connor McDavid, Tyrati line in the preseason. I liked that line. I don't know why it's not together again. Tyrati gets hurt, and all of a sudden he's a 4th liner.
He's down on the 3rd line playing with Strome and Lucic, which means he's sure as hell not going to get any points.
No. Lucic is garbage.
Lucic is the 2nd worst contract in the league.
Who's the worst?
Tom Wilson.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even want to count that. No, Lucic's is the worst. That doesn't even count.
He's $6 million. Did you hear what they said the other day? And I think it was McLennan said that he doesn't care if he scores. He just wants him to do other things. You can
pay a guy $2 million to do other things.
Why in the hell are you paying him $6 million then?
35 points.
$6 million.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Do you hear about his outburst at practice the other day, breaking sticks all over the place on the ice?
Well, I mean, he should be happy. His suspension just got reduced. That's kind of a joke.
Suspension just got reduced. You're talking Wilson? I'm talking Lucic here.
Oh, okay. Sorry, mix up. Lucic.
You're losing your mind, man.
Did you have a problem with what he did?
Yeah, well, let's talk a little bit about that.
Listen, you
know what?
want me
Here-
to put my 2 cents in first?
Let me tell you my side first, and then you can tell me I'm wrong. Or do you want me to just tell you you're wrong?
I'm right.
Here's the deal. Like, I have no problem him going and giving the guy the business. But you just got to do it right. Like, you can't frickin' chase a guy around the ring.
Okay, it's not like he pulled a Todd Bertuzzi. No, he didn't.
No.
He hit him.
This is
and jumped on him and gave him a love tap in the face.
That was...
It was interference. That's all it was.
Okay, but I'm not talking about that. You're not listening to me. He comes out of the bench and he skated around trying to chase the guy down. It looked like a schoolyard bully. Like, if I was one of the other guys on Lightning, I would have buried my stick into the back of his neck so hard when he was on top of my guy that Lucic wouldn't be walking for a week.
Okay, well, want me to tell you my story now?
I mean, was the hit that was on...
That doesn't happen if
And Russell?
he gets a penalty for hitting Russell, man.
No, I know.
The refs have to police the game better. Such shit doesn't happen.
I'm with you. I couldn't agree more.
Like, one, the players police themselves on ice all the time. It happens.
Don't you think...
Don't say it doesn't happen.
I know, but don't you think that there was multiple guys in the Oilers bench who was like, oh, send out the knucklehead?
No. He took matters in his own hands. Okay, fuck.
But he didn't even do anything.
The refs ain't gonna call a penalty. I'm gonna go.
Just
give him the
stupid,
biz.
Though.
No, it isn't. He hit him.
Stupid.
It's not like he hit him from behind. Open ice hit.
It looks stupid.
Nah, dude, I didn't mind it.
What do you think of the Wilson suspension getting reduced? Since you jumped ahead and wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, I think it's a joke.
Oh, it pisses me off.
Yeah, it does.
You know what's going to happen now?
Honestly, Gary Bettman stood by his stood by the suspension.
Everybody
stood by
did a
the league.
really good job on that.
I think they did a good job. Gary stood up for the players and said this shit's not happening. And then a third row party goes and says, okay, yeah, you can come back today. And he's playing tonight against Minnesota. I mean, if this guy does something like that again, I would suspend him for 80 games.
You know what's going to happen, though? Now when the NHL player safety looks at suspensions, they're going to look at it and go, that's a 12-gamer. Let's give him 16 just to be sure. That's what's going to happen. And I don't blame him.
Okay, so Tom Wilson got 20. Next hit, he's getting 40.
Oh, I agree.
It's going to double every time.
It's going to double.
Every
I
time.
am with you. It should double.
40 doesn't learn his lesson? All right, you're out for a year.
Screw
you, bro.
Should.
It's happening.
What'd you think of...
Of what?
What'd you think of... Are we done talking? Oh, did you see the Bufflin hit the other night?
Yeah, I did.
Good, bad, or what?
Kind of on the fence that... Because Brian Ball's a pretty big dude. And here's the thing about Bufflin. Bufflin is one of the hardest hitters in the NHL, and I don't think he hits as hard as he could. I think he lets up a lot.
I do too.
Like when he's in the corner, he could kill guys.
I just thought it was a little late.
It was late, but he didn't. I don't think he caught his head.
No,
I think it was shoulder to shoulder, and just the way Bufflin just hit him hard.
I don't know what it is I don't like about him.
You don't like Bufflin?
I don't think he's a good enough
This
skater.
guy's a tank. This guy doesn't need to be a good skater.
I don't know.
He's got a cannon for a shot, hits like a truck.
Yeah, no, I know.
He's one of those.
Not a good defensive.
He needs to cut some weight down a little bit. That's about it.
It actually surprised me that Winnipeg re-signed him. I don't know why. I just thought they would.
Nah, you have to. Who's going to replace him?
I don't know.
Jacob Trouba? No.
I don't know.
You had to.
What do you think of Joel Quenneville getting fired?
I think it's an absolute joke. I think that he took the fall for Stan Bowman's bad cap management, and that's unfair to him. What is he supposed to do? I mean, when you tie the franchise's hands signing Taves and Kane to $10.5 million contracts and Seabrook to a ridiculous contract, and all these other guys, you're giving You're giving Brian Bickle $4 million. You're giving Kruger $3.5 million. You're signing Brandon Bollig to a $3.5 million contract. It's like, dude, you're handing out free money to people who don't even deserve to get big contracts.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have signed Seabrook at all. I would have let him walk.
You know, and that aside, I was like, when I look at a coach getting fired, I always look at it in the fact that, like, here's what I always say to myself. Okay, are the guy they hiring, is he better coach?
No.
So name me one guy that you're going to get that you would say is a better coach than Quenneville. The players liked him. From
maybe AV.
Everything
maybe AV.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe.
From what I've heard, the players all like Quenneville. So that wasn't the problem. I mean, the whole thing is like now the Blackhawks are on the hook for $6 million.
Mm-hmm.
They can't go out and hire a good coach, so they had to bring in. Now I'm not knocking him because I don't even know anything about him really, but they hired Jeremy Culleton from Rockford, a young coach. And the only you know what's sad if you're a Blackhawks fan, they had to hire him because they can afford him. They can't afford to go get AV or get another good high-end coach because they can't afford to pay Quenneville $6 million and then somebody other high-end coach $4 million on top of that. They can't do that. Their owners will be like, screw that, I'm not paying $10 million for a coach.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So now they have to bring in a coach that we know and everybody in the hockey world knows, and this guy knows himself that I'm replacing a guy that's way better than me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of setting the team up for failure for sure.
Well, I just don't understand it. Last night was Monday. We brought 6 new people into the Hockey Hall of Fame with the induction.
Mm-hmm.
Did not get to see as much of it as I wanted to. Let's roll through the people. A couple of them. Let's go through Alexander Yaksiev. I can't say a lot about him. I did not. I know he was part of the Russian Army team, but I just don't know a lot about him. So
yeah, neither do I.
Can't really comment a lot. Willie O'Ree, obviously before my time.
Yeah.
Broke down the color barrier, ambassador to the team, and well deserved that he goes in.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I not a lot to say. I'm going to let you comment on Jana Hefford, being from Canada and following the Canadian women's game probably a little more than me as much. I don't know, maybe not though, because really when you follow it, it's Canada U.S. So like we.
Yeah, she was big for women's hockey.
You know.
Yeah, she was. Jenna Hefford. Yeah, she was. She's a good player for Canada. You know?
Gary Bettman going in. I'm very, very happy for that. I loved his speech. I thought some of his comments were just bang
the
on.
Popularity contest.
I loved it.
Yeah.
That guy, he takes so much crap, and I don't understand it. I just don't. I don't understand it. I think people do it because they don't even know why they're doing it.
Yeah.
It's just the cool thing to do, and I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
Martin St. Louis goes in.
Beauty.
I don't necessarily agree with that one.
I like it. He deserves it.
Why?
Well, he's got a cup. He's done everything as a pro.
Really? Okay. So what?
What do you mean? The guy was let go by Calgary.
Yeah.
And just took off.
Yeah.
Went to Tampa and took off, right?
Yeah, playing alongside LeCavier, yeah.
Yeah, and
I'm not saying he had a bad career. I'm not saying that. But
so what's the qualifications for you to get in the Hall?
I don't know. See, I don't.
Here's the thing.
Don't know.
It shouldn't be based on cups because that's a joke.
Well, it has a factor in it.
Okay, so Ginla doesn't make the Hall of Fame? Luongo doesn't make the Hall of Fame because he doesn't have a cup?
No, they both earned it. Here's what I'm saying. It's a factor. I'm not saying it's the biggest factor by any means.
Well, it shouldn't be a factor at all because if you look at the last 10 years, there's been, 5 teams that have won the Stanley Cup?
But here's another thing, though. Do you think we let too many people into the Hall of Fame?
A little bit.
I do.
A little bit, but I think Marty deserves to be.
So is Theron Fleury deserve to be?
Yeah.
He did everything that Martin St. Louis did.
No, he deserves to be
everything.
In the Hall. Yeah, he deserves to be in the Hall, for sure.
He'll never get in.
It's unfortunate. I mean, I don't know why he wouldn't be allowed to be in the Hall.
Probably because he got kicked out of the league, but
for his alcoholism, but
yeah. Martin Brodeur, obvious choice there. I mean, great
best goalie of all time.
No, he's not the best goalie of all time.
Yes, he is, dude. Stats don't lie. Who's better?
There's lots.
Don't say lots of goalies better than Martin Brodeur. Who? Name me 5.
I can't name 5.
Hasek, no.
Yes.
Patrick Waugh, no.
Look how
Ed Balfour, no.
Look at how many Vezinas Hasek has. Huh.
How many cups does Martin Brodeur have?
Whoa,
don't get me going. I don't care. I don't care how good.
Wait a second.
No, listen.
You sound like
I don't
a
care.
woman.
I don't care how good.
You just said 2 seconds ago that
best goalies.
You just said 2 seconds ago that the
best
cup is irrelevant.
That for the Hall of Fame. For the best goalies?
Isn't that what we're talking about?
No, we're talking about the best goalie of all time. Martin Brodeur has got it done the most when it matters most. He's got 3 cups. Hasek has 0. 0, 0, 0. Should have had one in 99 probably.
Well, yeah. But
foot in the crease, whatever.
Goofy rule, yeah.
But, anyways...
I don't
care how good the decor is. At the end of the day, Martin Brodeur made a lot of saves.
You know what, though? Don't you think that it is so critical to a goalie's success to have the right team put in front
Well,
of you?
yeah, you got to have a good team in front of you, but at the end of the day, you're the last line of defense.
Name me one goalie.
I'll have to look, dude.
That was great that had crappy teams. Dominic Hasek.
Well, he was on some good teams in Buffalo. He was on some good teams in Detroit. Really good teams in Detroit.
Yeah, I will give you that.
Actually, Hasek has one cup.
Yeah.
2002.
Yeah.
You're right. Fact check right there. He has one cup.
I think a lot of people...
he didn't play a big role in that cup. So here's the deal. He had Chris Osgood.
Here's the deal. Tweet us if you think...
If you think Hasek
is the best goalie of all time.
He is.
There'll be a lot of old-timers, though, that'll have a lot of argument for that on that. Because
who's better? Who's better? He's first all-time wins, first all-time shutouts, and he's got the most Stanley Cups out of all those goalies you just named.
I don't know. You know what, though? You can argue the best player. You can argue all those. It's tough. There's been a lot of good players. I mean, that's tough. I don't know. Do you think, though, do you agree with me on that we let too many in the Hall?
A little bit.
Have you been to the Hall?
Yeah, twice.
It's a cool place.
The first time I was there for 5 hours.
I was there actually probably about that or not longer.
I was like, my dad's like, "Okay, you ready?" I'm like,
no.
Nope. I haven't even made it to the awards yet.
No, I love that place. It's a great place, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Everybody should go. If you're a hockey fan, you got to go to Toronto to the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Yeah, catch a Jays game too while you're there.
Oh, jeez.
Come on.
How about you go to the hockey during the hockey season? You know another place you got to go if you're in Toronto?
The hockey season? I ain't paying that money to go to a Leaf game.
Well, I did. I liked it. It was great. You know what? You know where else is a good place if you like the Hall? You got to go to Gretzky's restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
That's like a Hall of Fame in its own.
It's good.
There's actually...
There's records and sticks and
I
pucks
actually saw things in there that I was like, oh, this is better than the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, no, there's some cool shit in there.
Toronto's a great place to go visit.
Good food there, too. Really good food.
I like Montreal better for that.
I've been to Montreal once.
I like Montreal.
Montreal's old.
Yeah. Historic.
Old retro city.
Nice. I like it.
It's nice.
It's a good trip. Everybody should go up and hit the Hall of Fame. Cool Hockey is the #1 place to get NHL jerseys. Every fan wants a fully customized NHL jersey made to NHL specs. Check out coolhockey.com now and use promo code INSIDE20 for 20% off your next jersey purchase. It's time for 3 questions. All right, Blake, another 3 questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
You dropped the ball completely this week. You promised me last week you were going to put together the 3 questions. You didn't do it. So, knowing you well enough, I had 3 questions prepared. That's embarrassing, isn't it?
A little bit.
A little bit embarrassing.
Had a busy weekend, though.
Jeepers, excuses.
3 Beaver games, Rider game.
All right, let's do this. Your priorities were not on coming up with 3 questions. They were, if your Rough Riders were going to advance, which they didn't. Now the Blue Bombers can take on the Stampeders. We'll see who wins that.
Big time.
Okay, question number 1. Pittsburgh Penguins, are they in trouble?
Oh man, I got called an idiot for saying they're in trouble early in the season by my buddy and you, and I don't know, man. They got a lot of talent up front, but their goaltending is a disaster. Matt Murray's fallen off the tracks.
I did. A couple weeks ago I said, no, there's not a problem in Pittsburgh. I still don't think there's really a problem. I still think they'll make the playoffs. I just don't think – I think they're going to be a team that we're going to – our expectations in Pittsburgh have always been that, they're a cup contender. I just think maybe they're going to be a team that's like one notch down now. And, I guess that's expected, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, they got 3 cups.
Wow. What more can we expect from them?
Yeah, they've been really good.
Question number 2. This one's going to put you on the spot a little bit.
Sure.
It's going to be a good one.
Okay.
I saw this thing on Facebook this week. And I'm stealing this idea, and I'm full out admitting it. But I thought it was kind of neat. Who is your Mount Rushmore of hockey? I'll preface this with...
How many is it again? 5?
That's what I was going to... No. I had to Google it too, and I've been there. I
haven't been there.
We live one state away, but I was there. There's 4 heads on there.
Oof.
So I'm going to break this into 2 categories. Let's do an all-time, and then let's do a current player. Because the all-time one was actually easy.
We should do a forward, a D-man, a goalie, and a current player.
No, come on. I already did this here, dude.
Oh. Okay, so you're asking... Okay, so Wayne Gretzky.
Yep.
Current player, Sidney Crosby.
No.
Oh.
Let's do the 4 heads.
Oh, and then a current.
4 of them that are all-time. The all-time greatest. The 4 hockey players, when you think of hockey, the first 4 players that come to your mind.
Gretzky, Bobby Orr.
Mm-hmm. It was actually easy for me once I thought about it.
No, you put me on the spot.
I know. It's my whole job. That's why we do 3 questions. That's why people like this part. Like seeing you struggle.
I don't know.
Do I have to bail you out on this?
Joe Sakic.
Oh, my God.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know, man. I got to think, man.
Okay, I'm going to read them off, and I don't think you'll argue with me.
No.
For once.
Mark Messier on your list?
Gretzky, Orr, Lemieux, and Howe. Can you come up with 4 better?
No.
Or anybody that would
probably
take
not. I
off
forgot about Howe. Cody Howe. Rest in peace. Yeah, Lemieux and Gretzky for sure.
You want my current one, or are you going to give me your current one?
Crosby.
Okay, I agree. Who's the second head?
McDavid.
Yep, I agree. Who's the third head?
Third head. We'll go with Nathan McKinnon.
Shit. You kidding me?
Yeah.
He said 1 good year. Well, he said more than 1.
No, he is going to be a legit superstar.
So how would I say Ovechkin? Does that make a little more sense?
Ovechkin's going to be my next guess.
My 4th one is up in the air.
You're going to say Blake Wheeler. Wheeler.
No, I'm realistic.
You're a Jets fan.
No, I'm not.
Taking all these Jets in the fantasy.
I know. It's not paying off either. I don't know. Austin Matthews. I don't know. Who's the 4th head that goes up? That's a tough one. Anybody's got any ideas?
You can't say Matthews because last season you said Liney's better, so you can't do that.
No.
You can't say that.
I don't know. Tweet us who you think the 4th head of current players should be on Mount Rushmore. I'm up in the air on that. It's a tough one. The first 3 were easy, I thought.
Yeah.
You did a horseshit job of answering that question. That was the worst answer to any question
put me on the spot,
I've ever given
Come
you.
On.
Question number 3. Should Junior A Canadian Hockey League players be paid?
No.
Oh, thank you.
No.
Thank you.
No, man. What is this, the London Knights?
People say this all the time. Well, they should be paid their entertainment.
What, are they going to get allowance? Like $100 a month? Like, come on.
All right.
Grow up.
Thanks. Glad you agree.
Come on. Cow. Jesus.
Teams would go bankrupt immediately.
Oh, I know.
Jeez, junior teams have a hard enough time
selling out.
God, it's silly. Okay, listener question. Mm-hmm. Thank the guys, Mark and Justin at Overtime Hockey Talk. They have a hockey podcast they run every week, just like ours. Mm-hmm. 2 guys talking hockey. It's good. I've listened to it. I like it a lot. I reached out to them this week. Wanted to mention that I think you guys should go listen to that podcast when you're done listening to ours. They gave us 2 questions for this show. Get T-shirts sent out to the guys. We appreciate it. Their first question, real good question. What do the San Jose Sharks need to do to get Karlsson going?
He's minus 12, I think, right now.
He's minus 10. I just looked at it. 10. He's played 18 games. He's got 0 goals, 7 assists, minus 10. He's averaging about 2.9 shots per game.
Yeah, no, he's getting put in the right spots. He's first power play unit.
Yes and no. He was, but he hasn't been on the first power play unit. If you look at their power play unit, they're loading it with Burns on one of the points and Hurdle at the other point, which has put him onto the second power play unit, which I don't really like that.
I would put them both on there.
I would too. Okay, I can see if you don't have defensemen that are offensive minded, then I can see
you got both are offensive.
You have two. You have two of the best in the league. You got to put them out in that situation.
Yeah, you do.
Now they are getting him ice time. They're getting him 25.17 minutes per game, which is huge. That's a ton. Yeah. So he's definitely out there. But the fact of the matter is, in the question they say, what does the San Jose Sharks have to do? I think it's more, what does Erik Karlsson have to do to get going? It's an adjustment. He's going from a team in Ottawa where he was a show. He was the show. Any offense that the Ottawa Senators did ran through him.
Yep.
It just did.
Yep.
Well, that's not his role in San Jose. His points aren't going to be as high as they were in Ottawa because he is not the only go-to. There's tons of go-tos on San Jose. And he's just another cog in the Sharks' wheel. And so I don't expect his points to be as high.
No.
And I also think it's going to be an adjustment. He's going from only playing in...
Well, first of all, he's going into a soft conference to a conference that hits hard.
Yes. And he's also going from across the
whole world.
Yeah. I mean, not a world, across North America.
North America, yeah.
So I think it's a little bit to be expected.
Yeah.
I guess my question...
It's early. It's November.
It is. It's really early. My question on the backside of that is, does he re-sign in San Jose? That's what's really going to be interesting.
No.
Because he's going to be a big fish as a UFA coming up here. Part 2 to the question that the guys over at Overtime Hockey Talk gave us was, outside of the Predators and the Sharks, what teams have the best top 6 defensive core?
Teams or team?
Best team. They said teams. So
we can say 2 each.
Yeah, I wrote down 5 that I think are good, but I got down to 2 that I think are... I
only really got one.
I'm having a tough time.
I only got one.
I know who you're going to say. Go ahead and say it. It's one of my teams, too.
I got Tampa Bay. I mean, they got Sergachev, McDonough, Hedman, Strawman. They're gonna be bringing up Cal Foote soon.
But you're always worried about what teams are going to do, and that's not...
What do you mean they're going to do? I just named 4 solid top 4D.
You know who else I like? I'm going to name 2 teams. Other than, I like your Tampa Bay. That was one of them that I had circled too.
Yeah.
Winnipeg's is good. Morrissey, Trouba, Sherratt, Bufflin, Myers, Morrow.
That's good.
That's a good
Morrow.
You're not going to have all 6 that are superstars.
Yeah.
Minnesota's isn't bad. Carolina's isn't bad.
Yeah, I like Minnesota's too.
So Minnesota and Winnipeg were the 2 teams that I went back and forth on. And I also agree with you on Tampa Bay, but I don't know. D wins championships, and we'll see how it all pans out. But thanks to the guys at Overtime Hockey Talk. Check that podcast out.
Quick topic here. Tom Wilson scored his first of the year today.
Did he really?
Yeah. He scored.
Breaking news.
30 seconds left in the second period.
Tom Wilson scores. So he's worth the...
He's worth $6 million, I guess.
Some pays for
I tell you what.
Pays for 60 goals.
I tell you what. Why do some guys in the league just irritate the hell out of me?
And Pittsburgh Ford drops the mitts with a 22-year-old rookie.
I don't know. Thanks for listening to this episode. We'll be back next week. Maybe we'll get off the show, leave the studio, and have 50 things happen in the National Hockey League like happened to us last week. It's always fun. Lots of things to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for listening. Enjoy this week's hockey action.
Inside Edge Hockey News. Lighting the lamp and raising the cup.
He is tattooed by Bufflin. That's 4.
Thanks for listening to the Debate Hockey Podcast. Check out InsideEdgeHockeyNews.com for all your hockey news. Follow us on all forms of social media, and make sure you download the Debate on your favorite podcatcher. Check us out on Spreaker, SoundCloud, iTunes, iHeart, and YouTube. A special thanks goes out to our sponsor, CoolHockey.com. Make sure you check out their website, use promo code INSIDE20, and save 20% off your next jersey purchase. Thanks for listening, and we hope you enjoy this week's hockey action.
What a save! A fantastic save by Anderson. Couturier, the sweep setup. Gibson robs Tierney. Save of the game.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of the Debate Hockey Podcast with your host, Brad Burud. For more great content and to stay up to date, visit InsideEdgeHockeyNews.com and on Twitter at InsideEdgeHOCKE and Facebook at Inside Edge Hockey News. We'll catch you next time.
This has been a production of Inside Edge Hockey News Radio, copyrighted and distributed by the Inside Edge Hockey Media Group.